Welcome back, Mighty Mighty Souls. My name is Stephen Koss, and I figured in book number 5, I would work out a little interactive video. I made the chapters very short, just 2 pages, but I figured click here, we just go into the topic a little bit more. So chapter 1 is called Thought's Importance, and the title of the book is called Thought Outlines the Vision, Emotion Colors it. And when I first heard this, it was in a dream, and it was so loud and blaring. I immediately came up and wrote it on the whiteboard because I just didn't want to forget it. It's something I couldn't forget, but it was something that I just wanted to bring in to this vibration. And I thought a lot about like the law of attraction. I'm sure if you're watching this video, you're probably familiar with The Secret. And there was just like a misconception for me with that. It was like, oh, you just put this thought out like, I want to win the lottery, I want a new car, whatever you want, blah, blah, blah. And it should come back to you. But the second half of it is the emotion and feeling deserving of it and knowing that's coming with certainty. And when I heard that thought, I was like, this is coming with certainty. I need to write this down immediately. And I kind of go through the chapter, the first paragraph, talking about, mind versus experience. Like, there isn't much of a difference. There's a study about some high school players that did free throws, and they practiced them every day for 20 minutes or whatever, and then the other controlled group did it in their mind for the same amount of time. And the difference in the percentage was under 5%. So the mind never knows the difference between something that's happening in the physical to something that's happening upstairs in your head. And that's something that maybe hasn't been registered before. It's something that should be grasped because there's a lot of power in it. So there's this disconnection with the law of attraction. You're here and you're sending this thought out of I want, I don't have. And a normal human being, I'm going to go to super conservative. I just like this number, 50,000 thoughts a day. Because I feel that's better to grasp. And if you think about, if you just have 50,000 thoughts a day on a conservative aspect, and you do that, for 1 year, you're looking at 18 million thoughts. I mean, probably some importance there. But it's like, you never see these 50,000 thoughts. You go to a football game or, professional sports event, there's that many people there, you know what that equals. But you never see all those thoughts you have in a day. It's kind of like the same, like this board is made up of atoms at its smallest molecular content. And we know they exist. And we can't see them. Just like electricity is coming through this outlet down here. But we don't put our awareness on that. So it's like you go back to your operating system and just run your day, run your routine. Instead of looking at like the importance of my bank account gets filled every day with this many thoughts and it's quite a power if I could actually see him and hold it. There would be no, it'd be like the Bruce Almighty where he's like, prayers, post-its, and there's post-its everywhere of every single thought you had in a day. Obviously, some are mundane and some hold high importance that are on repeat in your top 10. So we have this importance I'm trying to place on thoughts, but then it's like we can just say, buzz off. I got free will. I hear a thought, and I don't like it. I'm like, nah, never mind. Not doing that. But this is so important, this inheritance of choosing. You know, it's like, it's the foundation of a consciousness unit. Every CU has the power to create. It's an amazing thing if you think about it. As I'm having a thought, where did it come from? Pulling it out, that I'm capable of deciphering if I want to adhere to it, make it real, or if I just want to call BS on it and ignore it. But it's another word for power. The inheritance, the adaptations we've come to grips with of what we can do logically, with reason, spiritually, emotionally. We're able to do whatever we want to do. It's just like when I went to Italy and they looked at clothes and they're like, it's just like a blank canvas. And you can just paint whatever you want. There's just one S on there, isn't there? Terrible speller. But that's not the lesson we've been told about thought's importance and what we can be and what we want life to be. We were told that we're supposed to do X, Y, and Z equals success. Never placing this importance on, wow, I have 50,000 of these, and they're causing my body to react a certain way. Whether it's on the high of love and smiling big and shining bright, or down low and on your knees crying and begging for help. Quite an input of operating systems and an understanding that wasn't ever really explained to us. That these thoughts that we have are just, you're one person and there's 50,000 of these things just going from every single angle, and then you encounter another person or whatever, social media, internet, phone, and this person's got 50,000, and you're just constantly getting bombarded, never looking to go, why am I placing so much importance on this thought over here? And not going over here to 1B. It's like, why do I want to stay in this state? Why is this thought having a power over me that's causing me to react a certain way? well, I don't understand the importance of how strong being aware of knowing that a thought isn't actually always myself. It doesn't have to dictate where I want to go in my day. So you're getting bombarded with all these thoughts on a third dimensional earth plane level, and you're living in duality, and you're thinking it's good versus evil. And like, we're usually hard on ourselves. What's going wrong? Well, you know what thought has been playing in your head over and over and over that you're empowering to create this current day that ain't working out for you. It's like, what is fair? And who decides? The short answer is just you, I, they. It's like the Trinity of one. We will decide. We'll judge. We don't judge. Everybody judges because they think there's a separation. That there's me here, and I've been good, and you've been bad. If you would just do X, Y, and Z, it would equal success. And these thoughts then run the system, the operating system, and we overlook their importance of the power that they hold, that they're tangible things. You know, it's like the example I was talking about earlier with the free throws. And the ad was just like, just because you can't see it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. If you wake up every day with that, I once heard that was there 86,400 seconds in a day. And this person was like, oh, think of if you had that much money in your account. Every day, every person can spend it the same, right? There's no difference. But we're not told we're the same as them, that there's a separation, that I doesn't equal you. And that's the miscommunication breakdown of the importance of thought. Living in some kind of scarcity when I wake up every day and I know there's 86,400 seconds and I know I'm going to have a minimum of 50,000 thoughts. There's only an abundance. There's only a collaboration. But like when we were younger, they told us that we were sinners, right? I was raised in Catholic school and we weren't as good as the Almighty. Yeah, we were cut from that cloth and God worked through people, and this is a crazy misconception. And I was listening to Robert Thurman, Uma's father, and he was saying the same stuff I'm writing about in chapter 1. And it's like, you could live in this world where they tell you that we're sinners, and if you adhere to these rules, X plus Y plus Z equals success, we'll take care of you in heaven. Way over here later. Right now you gotta journey through this. It's gonna be a rough one. Or you're a non-believer. And when you die, and that's it. Might as well make some money while you're here. So those two things just don't jive together. And we have these thoughts that are programmed into us over hours, days, decades that we have to go against. But just taking the time to think about the importance of one thought and the vibration it has and goes out, working in conjunction with everything else around it. Because if you want to get like physical on things, you know, it's like 4% of all the universe is physical. 4%. If I'm having 18 million thoughts a year, times what? There's almost 300 million people in America. That's a lot of bombardment. That's a lot of power. It's a lot of substance. It's a lot of atoms put together blackboards. And what do I go to here? I guess your main takeaways from chapter 1 is just to start creating a top mind awareness that your thoughts are super powerful. Like when you say I am, that registers on a scale of 1 to 10 over 10 of what you're telling your environment. And it's like if we possess this power, we don't know where your thoughts come from. You know, we'll get into that later. But instead of just running at the next one, next chore, you know, next finish line, next ending date for your project, look at the importance that it holds physically. Like, really think about it. I'm going to hold that thought. And I'm going to feel it as well. And know that it's not just in the wind, that I'm manifesting it. As we go on a little further, just trying to take baby steps here. Like, if you're having 50K on the low end, and sometimes you hear stuff you don't like, and sometimes you hear subtle intuition, right? Your thoughts coming in here, you're like, oh, why'd I have that? I'm going to get in a car accident. Why would I think of something like that? Cancel. Another thought comes in about somebody who's sick and you want to help them out. You're like, I should do something for them. You're Steven. And these are coming into you as like radio towers, getting a signal coming in. But really, you're up here. And you realize you're the one hearing what's going on down here. So that was a real eye-opener for me. When you take a step back, look down on yourself, and know that up here you're all good. Like, this level, that stuff doesn't exist. And down here it's like, well, I can choose because I have free will. And this is really an important power that I'm overlooking, because I could paint whatever I want to paint. We're made of stardust. One thing that really helped me out, I was talking about real world applications, is this whiteboard. You know, seeing's believing for a lot of people. And you, like I said, you have all these 50,000 thoughts, and when you put them down and you bring them in and you see them, you give them more substance, they hold more power. And this is something that just helped me out a long time ago. It was like, I was going through a rough time when I was taking care of my father, and kept telling this girl, I was like, I want a whiteboard so I can write my goals down and a positive quote, and I can see everything because I got all this stuff I gotta take care of. So I'd write a quote at the top. I like this one I heard yesterday. You're never wrong to do the right thing. And then on the right side, I'll put my long-term goals. Make a new video for chapter 1. Things that are going to take me more than a month or 2 will be on my right side. And then I'll just put Monday through Friday. Send emails for future project. Clean my house. And then I can go and I can see it when I wake up first thing in the morning, and I see I got a good quote going for me, and I'm like, look what I did yesterday. Check, check. And then I look at my long-term goals. And you're in your bedroom, or you put this in a walkway, or maybe where you go, not where you go to the bathroom, but that's a good place to put a very subliminal programming quote, because how many times you're in the bathroom in your house a day, and you're always going to see that quote. But bringing things in, these thoughts, there's so many of them, it's like some hold much more importance than others. And ones that are that much that are on repeat need to be brought out, so you're not holding on to them. And you're understanding their power, and you're seeing them, and you're like, it's just not a thought in my head anymore. I can see it. So I guess we'll end there. Hope some of that made sense. First time I've done a video in a while, and explaining the work's difficult. But if you got anything out of it, understand what you read, thank you. Smile big, shine bright. Peace.